Gutter Trash is a proud member of the Comics Podcast Network.
Shot and presumed dead, Billy the Kid cheats death and escapes from the law. Phineas Sproul, the ringmaster of a traveling freak show, tracks down the notorious outlaw and convinces him to join their show as cover to steal a treasure from Dr. Frankenstein. Billy accepts the deal, and along with the freaks, fights monsters and creatures of unknown origin, traveling across Europe and encountering history's most infamous beings in Billy the Kid's Old-Timey Oddities. Hello! Welcome to Gutter Trash, episode 123. Billy the Kid, Old-Timey Oddities. My name is Eric.
My name is Jason.
How are you?
Super duper.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm on my...
Oh, you weren't prepared for that one.
No, I was not. I do not enjoy that question.
Oh.
Ever.
Oh. You know, everybody that walks in our store, you know, it's kind of like an American greeting.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
And, you know...
Nobody ever wants
to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just kind of go, yeah, good, how are you? And they're like, yeah, good. Do you have this, you know... And it's like... But every once in a while, someone's like, oh, man. You're like, oh, good, how are you? And you're like, oh, man, I just... And it's like a half an hour.
I imagine that at your job, that is actually the normal response.
The half an hour response?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that... I mean, you know, like, I'm all for sharing, you know, get it out of your system.
Right.
But, there's a time and a place. There's a
time and a place. There's a certain peer group that you should be sharing with.
All right.
And that would be your peers, not the guy at the comic shop.
Oh, well, today, like, I swear I just thought of this. This wasn't like some bit where, like, I was like, hey, mention this so I can tell you about this story.
There's no way I can do this.
No, this, I walked outside to throw away my lunch trash today. There's a trash can, like, just around the corner.
Right.
And I walk outside to throw it away, and I literally bump into a lady. Like, she's, like, stumbling down the sidewalk. I'll just say she works at one of the neighboring, stores in the strip. And she, like, is clearly drunk, and this is, like, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Can I guess the store?
I will nod or shake my head.
Okay.
But wait a minute, if you stop guessing there, they might know. So it's not Christopher.
If you nod, I will give 2 more guesses.
Okay.
All
oh,
right.
Nice. Okay.
All right. Dollar store. Beauty salon. Vacuum cleaner sales repair thingy. No.
One more and then you have to give up.
Alright. Nail place.
Ooh, good guess. But
Alright, I give up.
Okay.
Alright.
So I bump into the drunk lady, and she's, you know, I'd say pushing 50 years old.
Alright.
And she's like, oh, my husband is coming up here. He is so pissed. We're getting a divorce. I'm going through this divorce. Here's what happened. And then she just, like, spills it all. Like, I know everything. I know way more. I swear I know more about her personal life. I just learned her name today. And I know more about her personal life than I do lots of my relatives that live in this town.
Wow.
Yeah. It sucked.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, like, I felt bad for her because she's in this bad situation.
Right.
And you know, and it ended with her going, and if you hear me beating on the walls, please call the cops. Like, literally.
Wow.
That was how.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of those situations where you're like, how you doing? You know, and, people, like, you don't, I mean, like I said, it's good to, maybe she doesn't have anybody to get that out for her, but, you know, you gotta find the right person to spill that kind of stuff.
Right.
Somebody whose name you know, maybe it would be a good one. You know.
Yeah. Wow. I'm sorry.
Other than that,
I'm glad it wasn't me.
yeah. How would you have handled that one?
I don't know. I guess it all depends on how you handled it. Did you do a lot of uh-huhs?
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of uh-huhs.
And a lot of did you try to back off a few times?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta go back in. You know.
Oh, she followed me into the store.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And then when she started crying, she asked me to hug her, and I did.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was sad. Like, but
wow.
she was drunk, so she probably doesn't even remember it now.
Right. Oh.
And I say that line every week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Wow, I don't think there is then any possible way you could have gotten out of that.
Yeah, I know.
You were
right?
just trapped.
Well,
I think anybody would have just been trapped.
And I wasn't even the only employee working, so even though there was like 2 customers in there, I wasn't like, oh, I gotta go help them, because clearly they were being helped by the other guy.
Right.
You know? So it was just like, yeah. Hopefully she's, you know, everything's patched up and, you know, they're getting back together and they're stronger because of it.
Probably not.
Probably not,
Yeah.
no. Oh, yeah.
Oh, at least you don't have to see her till Wednesday now.
That's true. Yeah. She'll be so sober by then that she won't even remember who I am.
Or continuing the drunk from today.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. This is Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can, all hours, there's somewhere you can go.
I don't think that, but...
there's gotta be. Like on the north side. Bob Pollard hasn't left here for a reason.
That's true. That is true. He could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm sorry.
Well, thank you. No, I'm fine. I just hope she's okay. But anyway, no, you know, I don't want to bring it down a notch.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
We're making fun of white trash.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is what we do on this show.
Yeah.
White trash and Magic the Gathering players.
Which is interchangeable.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't have anything nearly as exciting to tell.
Well.
Yeah.
It looks like you've just killed a man.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
It's possible.
it's possible. May or may not be wearing a bloodstained shirt.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. It's Monday.
It's Monday. You know, I got a case of the Mondays.
Oh.
Yeah,
Just like
Garfield.
your favorite kitty.
Yeah. Max?
Yeah. Yeah, Max. Max
is kind of like Garfield.
He's like the actual real life.
Yeah.
He's as chunky.
It's not bigger.
I don't know if he eats the lasagna.
He doesn't eat the lasagna, but almost everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Anything in sight.
Yeah, he's a big fluffy round furball. Yeah, he's awesome.
Spends, I would say, 60% of his day sleeping, and then the other 40% eating.
You gotta respect that.
Yeah. It's a life.
Mm-hmm.
What a life to have.
If you can find somebody to keep you in that life,
yeah,
you go for it.
Yeah. My Facebook friends will be able to see pictures of Max eventually.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'll be taking tons of fucking pictures of him with my fancy phone.
Oh, yeah. You got a fancy phone. See, there's some.
Yeah.
You got an exciting thing. Life's full of excitement.
Yeah, I'm taking pictures of cats.
Yeah! Who does
I'm
that?
An 87-year-old.
No one else does that. Yeah.
Maybe I'll put some funny captions.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah. Oh, man.
Let's get into this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We doubled up.
Yeah.
We've never done that.
No, we have not. We've read a 12-issue series before.
Yeah.
And we've read some 8-issue series.
We read an anthology that's as big as a Twister board.
It's true, yeah. But this is the first time we've done 2 series combined as one. Mm-hmm. And for one, I'm glad that we did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because they go fast. They go fast.
They did go pretty fast. And also, it was nice to reread that first series to remember it at all.
Feel a little background.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would have been completely lost had I just...
I think I would have, too.
No, you definitely, since
Yeah.
you had never read the first series at all. So, it helped. Billy the Kid's Old-Timey Oddities.
Old-timey, yeah.
Fucking Eric Powell. His crazy, crazy titles.
He is a nut job, that one.
know, Billy the Kid's Old-Timey Oddities. The Goon.
Buzzard.
Godzilla.
Man.
Pardon me. Which also just came out this past week.
From IDW.
IDW.
The fine folks over there.
They are fine folks.
They're doing a good job.
They are doing a good job. Did you know that they're publishing a Thor comic?
No.
Yeah.
Like, based on the mythos.
No.
Not, really?
Walt Simonson's Thor comics.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How is that legal?
Apparently, they are going to be printing a 11x17 hardcover, which collects, I think, like about 16 issues of his Thor run.
Cool. Yeah.
In black and white. The original art.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess this is a thing that they're going to be doing. They're going to be publishing, like, comics shot from the originals.
Wow.
And then uncolored.
I'd be curious to see which ones they do.
Yeah. But I guess, I think they did, that Rocketeer book that we reviewed, I guess they reprinted that in that format.
Okay.
And,
Black and white?
Yeah.
Well,
and
okay.
Like, full page size.
Wow.
And I guess this Thor thing is going to be the next one they do.
Wow.
In July.
I don't know if I'll pick that one up for myself, even though I do love the Simonson Thor stuff.
Right.
But I'm very curious to see which other ones they do.
Yeah. Could be interesting. I'm imagining that they're pricey.
Yeah. Yeah, they do a lot of nice hardcovers, but they usually they have some tags on them.
Yeah. Even like those Ashley Wood art books, or I think even Sam Keith had a couple art books published in them that are only like 90 pages, but they're
$40 or something. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
But, they're a small company.
Quality product.
Quality products, mostly. They're at least quality printed.
Mm-hmm.
Content-wise, that's up to you, the reader.
Mm-hmm.
If you like Transformers, I guess, then,
Yeah, and who wouldn't?
G.I. Joe, zombies. They do a lot of zombie things.
They've got that whole infestation storyline now with Ghostbusters and Transformers and G.I. Joes and Star Trek all in the same comic. That's nuts.
That's weird.
That's nuts.
Weird. Yeah. But well.
Good for them.
Yeah.
A nerdgasm that one is.
Excuse me.
You're totally excused.
Yeah, they got that, the Godzilla book that Eric Powell wrote, came out this past week. Where was the Mavericks?
The Mavericks variant. I saw that there was a Superfly Comics variant and a Bell Book and Comic variant.
Yeah, Bookery most likely had to do it.
I didn't see one. I looked for a
They
Booker.
had to have.
I didn't see it in there. That was so weird.
Of all the stores in Dayton.
Right, I know.
They had to have.
Well, they hate stuff like that.
Okay.
They like Silver Age over there. Godzilla wasn't around in the... Well, Godzilla comics weren't
Godzilla
around.
comics weren't, but Godzilla himself...
He was before the Silver Age.
Predates the Silver Age.
He's a Golden Age character.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that. Apparently there's a promotion, folks, where you could pay some, I don't know, ungodly amount of money, probably.
I think it was you had to order like 1,000 copies or something like that, and then you got like a number of those were or even included, like, on top of all that, was, the incentive cover which shows Godzilla crushing your comic store.
That's insane because I looked and there's like 60-something of them.
There was, I believe, 80.
Wow, was it really?
Yeah.
And I know, like, I saw the template where there's just like this, a fourth of the cover is white.
Right, yeah.
But that's insane, though, that they had that many different...
Well, I think what happened was, like it was a contest of some sort. And they pretty much only expected one comic shop to do it.
Right.
And then 80 did it.
Wow, so that book is going to be worthless,
Oh,
basically,
yeah.
what you're saying.
I think even at the time, I posted on, like, Twitter that, I look forward to buying this for $0.25 in a few months.
Yeah. Well, the most insane part is they are sold out because we tried to reorder. I mean, we only got like 6 or 7 of them or something. And we did sell out, so we tried to reorder some more, and they're already on a second printing, which doesn't come out for like 3 or 4 weeks, but
Right.
they probably just they could barely meet the demand for the stores that ordered the large quantities. Yeah. But if we were smart, and like now knowing that, I thought it was just you had to pay them an amount of money, but I can just go trolling on eBay and probably buy them like 5 copies for $1 or something.
Right, yeah. I bought one at full price. I should have waited.
Was it good?
I have not read it.
Okay.
I was busy reading Billy the Kid.
Oh, yeah. Billy the
Timey
Kid.
Oddities.
Old Timeys. That's right. I forgot we weren't reviewing Godzilla.
No, we were not.
I mean, we were.
No,
we weren't supposed to be.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But, there's the connection. Eric Powell, who wrote this book.
Drew some of the covers.
Also wrote Godzilla. Yeah, I think he drew all the covers, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe. That one's a hot cover.
Oh, yeah.
That's weird, yeah. Like every other one for the last series. Or maybe, I think they did 2 covers for each book, yeah.
I love Kyle Hotz. I'm gonna get that out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't know how to actually pronounce his name.
I've heard Holtz and I've heard Hotz.
I've heard Holt.
That's bizarre.
Yeah. And I think it was him that told me.
Well, he's wrong.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah. I mean, if anybody wouldn't know, clearly it would be him. Yeah. Who wouldn't know? Yeah. No, if he says Holt, then gosh darn, I guess it's Holt. But if he said
there's a Z and there's no L in his name.
Well, if you cover up the left part of the Z, it looks like an L that's falling apart. Maybe that's what he was thinking.
Could be.
Either way, he is a damn fine artist.
He is a damn fine artist.
He could call himself whatever he wants.
I'm with you on
He
that.
could pronounce it Zazaboo.
Sure.
I would be like, you are right, sir.
Yeah. That said, I think Eric Powell's better.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
No, not me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, buddy.
I love Kyle Holt. Hots. Whatever.
Zazaboo.
Let's just call him that from now on. Kyle Zazaboo. I love Kyle Zazaboo. I have for a very long time, even before I knew that he was from around these parts.
He is from around these parts.
Eric Powell is better.
Oh, it's not a contest. They can both be awesome.
They're both awesome.
Yeah.
I think Eric Powell's better.
See,
I think Eric Powell has a... I've never seen Kyle Zazaboo do much different with his art than what he usually does.
Okay, I see.
Like he's changed it up a little bit. He's gotten a lot more cartoony as the years pass, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Eric Powell can do painted. He can do ink wash. He can do straight pencils. He can do traditional comic stuff. Eric Powell's a fucking genius madman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll agree. I will say Eric Powell, I think, is a more versatile artist, probably. Because he's clearly really, really good at, like you said, many different styles. But Kyle's stuff, seriously, I've been reading this stuff, for a long time and like following it, and it's sort of, like you said, it has like the same style, but it's just slowly progressing and tweaking.
Right.
And I fucking love it so much right now. Like, like this is some of my favorite thing. Like a few years ago, I don't know how many years ago, he did a Man-Thing series for Marvel, and I thought it was amazing. Like, I just would stare at those panels, and I loved it. And then I saw
I bought that book only for the art.
Oh, me too.
Never read it.
I read it,
Yeah.
but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
The story, it was readable, I thought, but the art was just amazing. And then I forget which book it was, because I only saw the original art with no word balloons or anything on it at an art show around here. I think it was Criminal Macabre. Did he do that?
He's done some of that, yeah.
That blew me away too, but I think this was, especially the second series, the most recent one.
Yeah.
I think it's some of the best stuff I've ever seen by him.
It's pretty amazing. It is amazing. I'm not shitting on him.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on him.
Oh, I totally see it.
But, I'm just saying that I would have liked all my covers to be Eric Powell covers.
Oh, so you're talking about the covers.
Yeah.
You weren't saying like you wish the inside was drawn.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay, well that's where I thought you were going with that.
No. Okay, let me reverse this. I love Eric Powell art. I don't think he's suited to draw this book.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Maybe, Wolf, you come in Mavericks? I know we have a couple of these left. Like, I know for sure, because I was flipping through our back issues one after I read some of these, and I know that for sure there is an Eric Powell cover that I don't see here.
Okay.
So we could switch it out for you, for the Kyle Zazabu.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you hated the book.
I fucking loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great.
It is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
It sounded like something that could have been alright.
It could have gone terribly wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounded like if I described this to someone, there's Billy the Kid and there's a traveling circus show and there's monsters, and you'd be like, that sounds like a little much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, tone it down, people.
Yeah. It totally works.
Totally. Yeah. Completely.
My biggest surprise with it is because like you said, the way you would describe it to someone, it does sound like it's so over the top and just crazy wacky whack.
Yeah,
and that, but like within all of that, he still actually kind of fits it within context of history.
Yeah, yeah,
and like things are fucked up. I mean, they in the first miniseries, they travel to Germany to track down Dr. Frankenstein, who has some sort of was it the Golem's heart or something like that, which gives Dr. Frankenstein the ability to reanimate the dead,
right,
and create all sorts of Lovecraftian monsters. But at the same time, it's like. Jesus Christ.
It is like Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. I don't know what the fuck I ate.
You get a little Subway coming back or something?
I had cereal.
Cereal, wow. Okay.
I had Honey Nut Cheerios.
Ooh. Oh, it's the honey. Maybe perhaps it's the nut. Yeah, nuts make me gas. A little reflux.
Yeah. I'm burping, just in case nobody could tell. Just throwing that out there. What was I saying?
All the Lovecraftian monsters.
But like within the whole thing, like it's still actually fairly faithful to the legend of Billy the Kid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, clearly, I don't know firsthand. I'm basing my Billy the Kid knowledge upon, like, movies like Young Guns and, stories I read when I was in, junior high school. But, yeah, I mean, a lot of the same things you hear throughout the years, like about, his run-ins and the methods of escape and whatever. Right, and, a lot of that's in here.
Apparently, also, it was widely believed that he faked his death.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that plays into the essential plot of the first series anyway.
Right.
And then with the second series, we get, the Jack the Ripper murders, and we get the Elephant Man.
Yeah.
And they're all super exaggerated. And
oh, I love the Elephant Man.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Because, I mean, This isn't the first comic I've read that had Jack the Ripper and Elephant Man in it, so I was like, oh, this again.
But it's the better one.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Yes.
No. The other one's way better. But this Elephant Man is way better. When I flip the page, because it's one of those things where, as a comic artist, and everybody that listens is, I think there's only 4 of you out there.
Yeah.
But, how you plan things out where, certain panels are going to be on the page after you turn it.
Right.
This is one of those where you reveal the Elephant Man after you turn the page, and it's a pretty awesome
reveal.
Awesome splash page of the Elephant Man. Very well drawn.
Very well indeed. I think the whole series just could have gone in a way off the board direction and just probably suffer for it. But the fact that there's even just the tiniest of string to tether it to reality, I think helps.
Yeah. Oh yeah, completely. I think that's why it works because there's so much outlandish characters and situations that it would just sound like they were trying too hard if it wasn't grounded in reality somehow. Yeah, I think you're right. I hadn't thought about it that way.
Well, I've been also after I passed these off to you, I picked up a trade paperback that I've been kind of reading, the Strange Adventures of H.P. Lovecraft.
Okay.
And that's another book that I thought could totally go off in that sort of, it's going to treat H.P. Lovecraft as if he was some sort of adventurous guy who actually found all these creatures and monsters and then wrote about them later. Ha ha. But in fact, it actually turns out that the book is about the real H.P. Lovecraft who, was sort of a antisocial, awkward, shut-in who couldn't relate to human beings and lived with his 2 oppressive aunts.
Oh, wow.
And had a history of, mental instability in his family, but then adds, the fantastical element of, the monsters to that.
In his reality.
Right, yeah.
Wow.
So,
okay.
It's another one of those books that could have totally failed.
Right. Just veered off.
Right, but they treated it correctly, and made it work.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, that's what you need to do, people. Make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta focus on putting out a quality product.
Yeah. Hey, we don't hear enough people say that these days. Comparing the two, the 2 miniseries, the Timey Oddities and the Timey Oddities and the Ghastly Fiend of London.
Yeah.
I think, nothing. Yeah, and we were just talking about how great Eric Powell is. Oh my gosh, now they're all mixed up. I just dropped them all.
It's like Humpty Dumpty.
How is it like Humpty?
Because you can't put them back together.
The one thing I will say is he should always let Dan Brown do the coloring because the first series is not bad. It's
right.
It looks neat or whatever, but the second series is beautifully colored.
Yeah.
Dan Brown, whoever you are, genius.
The guy that wrote, isn't he the guy that wrote the Da Vinci Code?
Dan Brown, yeah. I don't know. I've never. I saw the one man show.
Neither have I, but I am culturally aware, Jason.
I don't like to be culturally aware. There's too many, just expectations and.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you're totally right.
The second series, the color.
It's better colored. And, nothing against Eric Powell, but, he's a decent painter, but,
yeah, he's a really awesome
but, maybe, straight up just comic book coloring is something that he didn't have a full grasp on.
Right. Well, obviously he was let somebody else color the second one.
Yeah, maybe. I'm sure he's busy.
Oh, yeah. What's he doing? Writing Godzilla?
The Goon.
Oh, yeah. Working on the movie? Godzilla movie? Or, Goon movie?
Yeah. I don't know if he's working on the Goon movie, but, he's got the Goon comic coming out, back again. A second Satan sodomy baby.
Oh, nice.
Covers for the Death Clock comic.
Oh, yeah. Wow, yeah, he's a busy dude.
Yeah.
Good for him, too. He deserves it.
He does. proponent of creators' rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
Supporting, creator-owned comics. Like we did this episode with Billy the Kid's Old-Timey Oddities. And Billy the Kid's Old-Timey Oddities, The Ghastly Fiend of London.
And that, what'd you think of that, didn't we read a one-shot too in the middle there?
We read, the backup stories.
The backup stories. It could have been a one-shot if they put them all together.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool too.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they all are fun. I mean, these are really fun comics.
Yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, that's the feeling I get from them. But they're fucking spooky. Like, especially, I think the one that was in the Buzzard backup feature, it doesn't have a name, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
But yeah, that one was The Pit of Horrors.
Oh, okay.
Cool. That was a little spooky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think twice next time I'm riding the horse through the woods.
All right.
You know?
Which you often find yourself doing.
Every other weekend.
Right,
But,
yeah.
Not too much. But yeah.
I think when you start off with the concept that Billy the Kid is going to join a traveling freak show and then hunt down supernatural entities, you kind of have to make it fun.
Yeah.
And if you don't, then you've failed at your job.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see this being not so great by certain writers. Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know, it just popped into my head. It makes me think like the opposite of this would be something like those Grimm fairy tale comics.
Oh yeah.
Like with the Alice in Wonderland type things, and
it's
all like super serious and gothy, and
pseudo realistically drawn.
Right.
Like it's not quite cartoony, but it's not like photo rendering either.
It's like Ed Benes, that type of show the woman's ass and tits on the same shot.
Yeah, right.
But treat it so seriously, and everything's dark and violent and gothy. And
yeah, like this is pretty violent, and there's some.
Oh, it's super dark too.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's like certain pages. If you just saw the page by itself, you're like, man, this is gonna be one heavy comic.
Right.
There's like entrails and like dead hookers, and and nobody's laughing, and why would you be? Yeah. But then you keep reading it, and it's fun and weird, and yeah, it's such a fun comic.
Maybe it's just because I read it more recently that the second series sticks out in my head more. But they're in that one, I think even more so than the first series. Has a lot more elements kind of mishmashed into it. Yeah. But all totally works. Mm-hmm. Like we said, it's Jack the Ripper. It's the Elephant Man. Then we get like a little bit of Dracula thrown in there.
Yeah.
Probably teasing for hopefully the next series.
Well, I think the next one's going to. There's a little bit of Loch Ness monster, but maybe. Right. I mean, they always do a couple things.
They sort of tied that into the Dracula thing too, so
yeah, I guess it the neck thing.
Right. But then we also get a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde in there.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a great way to handle that.
That was awesome.
I don't want to spoil any of that.
Yeah, the Jekyll and Hyde part was some of the best characterization in the series.
But it's just a ton of fun.
And there's a really there's a lot of nods, and like you said, to Frankenstein and Dracula and a lot of classic stuff. In the first series, I swear, was it just me? It was the innkeeper was supposed to be Alfred Hitchcock, wasn't it? Do you remember him?
I don't know.
There's a scene where if someone hadn't just mixed all these together, it would have been easier to find. But there's a scene where they when they're traveling to Germany, oh yeah, here it is. Wow, the innkeeper, when he turns around to talk to him, is that Alfred Hitchcock? It looks a lot like him to me, like a little zombified, weird looking Alfred Hitchcock.
I wouldn't put it that.
No, you don't think so?
If anything, more like Billy Barty.
Who's Billy Barty?
He played Igor in Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
No, actually, no. Billy Barty, that's Marty Feldman. Billy Barty is, he was in another Mel Brooks movie, but I can't remember what right now.
Was he,
He's kind of midgety, he's got, like, one fucked up eye, and...
Oh, that was John Candy in Spaceballs.
Now you're thinking of Bill Pullman.
Oh yeah. From Independence Day?
Yeah.
That's not a Mel Brooks movie.
But no, either way, I don't think this looks like Alfred.
Oh, okay.
But, I don't know if it's in this issue or not. It is not. I believe it's in the next one. Issue 3.
Oh, of the
first one.
Of the first series. Why are these all out of order? I'm looking through this pile of comics here.
Dr. Frankenstein gets introduced. And he looks like Peter Cushing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And that is awesome. Because he played Dr. Frankenstein numerous times.
And
of course, for you nerds, Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh, the Grand Moff. Wasn't, like, the guy in the, like, the sort of Jekyll Hyde guy.
Yeah.
I think, does he goes by H.H. Holmes, right?
Yeah. I didn't get that part.
I think that is, like, I haven't looked it up or anything. I'm pretty sure that was another serial killer.
Okay.
Like, I think he's the guy that, maybe I'm mixing him up with somebody, but I'm pretty sure he's the guy that, basically turned his mansion into a...
Oh, in Chicago?
Killing machine? Was that him? Because he's American.
Really sounds familiar.
He's American in this. Like,
is he?
Yeah, because the Sproul or whatever his guy.
Right.
He says like, "Oh, your accent, you're American too," and he's like, "Yes, I'm traveling." So I'm thinking, I wonder if they're trying to say, spoiler, Jack the Ripper and
was that guy?
H.H. Holmes was the same guy,
Oh,
in different countries.
Now that I think now that you bring that up, I actually think that may have actually been a theory at one point.
Really? Okay.
After the, maybe before. I don't. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because I don't think the murders happened at the same time, but I don't know how far apart they were though.
Yeah, but no, yeah. Now that you mentioned that does sound super familiar though.
So like that's another cool thing about this. Like you said, they just keep weaving in all these things from reality and history,
right? And
then like fictionalizing it and running with it, and
right?
Amping it up.
Also of the Jekyll Hyde situation. The Jekyll is this H.H. Holmes. Hyde shows up, and like Billy the Kid keeps calling him like a shaved ape.
Mm-hmm.
Reminded me of the Murders in the Rue Morgue, the Edgar Allan Poe story, in which basically this shaved, semi-intelligent ape goes around killing prostitutes in a Jack the Ripper fashion.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I've ever read that one.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's a bunch of things.
Yeah,
it's a cornucopia of bloody fun.
It is. That's a great description. That's a fantastic description.
Yeah. Check it out. How weird is that?
That is awesome.
Billy the Kid just popped up on his screensaver.
Yeah. What do you think of the supporting freaks?
I think, I won't say who, but I was surprised they killed one pretty early on.
Right.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It almost seems like he was writing situations for them to not be included in the story.
Right.
Like he was like, let's have them all like take a nap now.
Right.
Other than Billy and
Right. Maybe one other.
Yeah. I mean, I think it seems like one of those things that he wants this cast of characters to be familiar and to all be cohesive into one group.
Right.
But maybe like as the miniseries progresses, each one will become more prominent or whatever.
Right. And he's also shown, though, at least that he's not terribly afraid of killing them off.
Either. Yeah.
I don't think any of them die in the second series, do they?
No, I don't believe so.
No, but the one gets taken away.
Oh yeah, that's right.
At the end of the second series, which again, hopefully, fingers crossed. Hopefully, it also won't take another 6 years to put out.
Has it been a long time?
The first series came out in 2005.
Okay. Wow.
The second series, I think, just finished wrapping up.
Yeah, I think the trade paperback is in the brand new previews for it, so yeah, it must have just ended.
But, Kyle Holtz, what was it?
Zabu. I don't know, I can't remember. Kyle. Let's call him Kyle.
Yeah, alright.
KH.
Yeah. There we go. I think he's done a bunch of other stuff between those series.
Oh yeah, he's been a busy dude. He is awesome too. Like I don't know if I ever told this on here, but years ago he used to shop at our store. I mean, he had a file there. I mean, he bought all his books there.
Right.
I had no idea who he was.
Right.
And
he was just the big ass dude with the dog.
Yeah, he always brought his little pug. Was it a pug?
Yeah.
And he's built.
Yeah, he's like 7 foot tall.
I heard he's 9. Let's build up his legend.
Right.
Yeah, I heard he's not actually 9 feet tall. He always used to crawl around when
he's
he was
10 foot tall and he's bulletproof.
Yeah. And he's got acid for blood.
Yeah.
No, but I remember this time. This is so awkward because there was, the company that did Poison Elves and Cry for Dawn, Sirius or Cyrus or whatever. They put out Mosaic, the miniseries that he did. He wrote Andrew,
right,
which is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
It is amazing, and
totally holds up.
Yeah,
read it like 2 years ago. It's great still.
It's one of the handful of things I've reread, but it's still been like close to 10 years since I've read it. Because this was like, I don't know what year it came out, late 90s probably?
I know when I worked there it was like 2001, and I think we had copies of the trade paperback.
Yeah.
And I got him to sign one for me.
Yeah, and he was in there, and I swear this happened. We maybe ordered like 5 copies of the first issue.
Right.
And, we ordered 2 months ahead of time. By the time it got to like the 3rd issue, we realized we're only selling like 2 or 3 of them. Right. So we cut our order back to whatever we sold of number 1, which was probably like 3 copies or something. So anyway, he comes in. I think it's like when number 3 comes out, and he's like, did you get a copy of Mosaic this week? And I was like, we I had no idea who he was at this time. Right. And I was like, we actually cut our order. I was like, it wasn't really selling that great. So, we still had a couple copies of number 1 and 2 left over. So, we just don't really order more than we're selling right now. And he's like, oh, okay. And then, he was cool about it. He didn't say, well, actually, Dick, like he didn't do any of that.
Well, he's got to know that, you're in business.
Yeah.
If nobody's buying it, then, he has to kind of know.
Right.
It may kill his soul.
Yeah. And then once I found out because I didn't even bother to say, oh, I like it, and I've been buying it, because I bought the single issues.
Right.
I didn't bother to say that because I didn't know that he was the man behind it.
Yeah.
But, so I felt bad though. I felt bad like years later when I found out it was him, and once I did know that he was Kyle Hotz, like, he was doing Hulk at the time,
right,
which was awesome.
Yeah.
And I had him sign a copy for me, and he was nice about it. He wasn't like, he didn't stop coming there. And
Right.
Well, eventually he did.
Yeah.
But I think,
was that around the time when was that the issue where Hulk was in Fairborn?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, he's like, because he started out. I know he drew like some stuff for Ultraverse, like Nightman or something.
He did draw Nightman. A girl I was dating at the time was a big Nightman fan, and when she found out that Kyle Hotz shopped at Mavericks, she had me track down back issues of Nightman to have him sign. And I think we only had 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because again, Mr. Hotz, it doesn't sell. Actually, just a couple days ago, this kid was in Mavericks with his dad, like a little 4-year-old kid, and he was picking out toys because we have a bunch of loose action figures at Mavericks, as you know.
Yeah.
Half of them are yours. But the kid, well, no. Because this kid bought all of them. But one of the figures he bought, he's like, I want that guy. Actually, this was the only toy he bought. And he pointed.
Was it Nightman?
It was Nightman.
Nice.
Yeah. Was that yours?
No.
Okay.
But I'd seen Nightman in there.
He's like, I want that guy. And I reached to pull him out. I was like, you mean this guy here with the red hair? And he was like, yeah. And his dad was like, I don't even know who that is. And I was like, that's Nightman. and the kid was like, yeah, all right, Nightman. And I was like, yes, maybe he'll go out and buy the comics, and he'll fall in love with the artwork, and eventually he will be reading Billy the Kid's Old Timey Oddities.
Or maybe he'll watch It's Always Sunday in Philadelphia, the episode The Night Man Cometh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ultraverse totally should have sued. They could have got back in the publishing world.
Marvel owns them, I think.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Why don't they use those
I
characters?
don't know. They should bring them back.
Yeah.
Because they bought the whole Malibu thing just so they would get the computer coloring.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know Bravura is coming back. Is that part of Malibu, too?
It was part of Malibu, but Image is publishing it. I think it was creator-owned.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because Jim Starlin's bringing Bravura back.
Yeah.
I don't... Was it Image, though, that's doing it? I think...
That or Dark Horse.
Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe, hell, it could be IDW. It could be Boom. I don't know.
Might have been those guys at Buyer Beware Comics. That's probably who it was.
Yeah, they should bring, I mean, they're bringing back fucking CrossGen.
And Atlas?
And, well, not Marvel.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. All these old things are coming back.
Yeah. I almost picked up, the, Grim Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I saw Kelly Jones had something to do with it.
I think just to the cover.
I think he inked it, maybe.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Which, Kyle Hotz is, good friends with Kelly Jones, also highly influenced by Kelly Jones.
Yeah, that's another good point. I think, like, that was like his mentor. That's one of those cases where
he's surpassed.
He has gone above and beyond. And I don't think he would ever say, like, yeah, I have. Because, that's his hero.
Right.
And I love Kelly Jones, too. I mean, he's great. Yeah. But I totally think Kyle figured out what he was doing and added his own flair to it. And he's surpassed his master.
Oh, yeah. And, of course, Kelly Jones is awesome, too.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good stuff all around.
Well,
yeah.
I think we kicked this book's ass.
Fuck yeah. Boom.
That was good. That was a very good pick. And, I mean, not quite as good as the movie that we watched last week with the same name, but half as entertaining, so. Yeah.
Well, I, on the other hand, think that we totally redeemed the name of Billy the Kid.
Yeah?
Yeah. So go check this book out, folks.
The first trade paperback is still in print. The second one will be out in June.
Yeah. I don't know where the... I'm going to just assume that the second trade paperback will have the backup stories from the Buzzard.
Oh, yeah. Hope so.
I don't think they would put those in the Buzzard trade paperback. I wouldn't think.
You never know. Maybe they were saving it for the omnibus.
Could be. Maybe there's an omnibus, folks. And I, again, fingers crossed, hope that there's another one coming out soon.
Yeah. I mean, they clearly leave it open, so it's going to continue, and I hope they do soon.
Yeah. Because I definitely want to read Kyle Hotz when he's not working with Steve Niles.
Yeah. That's what the other thing was that he did recently.
Yeah, he works with Steve Niles a lot.
You would appreciate it if you stopped there.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it any more than that.
Yeah.
But I really like Kyle Hotz.
Yeah.
I really like Kelly Jones. I really want to read what they work on.
Yeah.
And
sometimes you can't do that.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break.
Okay.
All right.
You're in for surprise. You're in for a shock. In London town streets, when there's darkness and fire, when you least expect me, and you turn your back, I'll attack. I smile when I'm sneaking through shadows by the wall. I laugh when I'm creeping, but you won't hear me at all. Turn your back on the rip-off. You'll soon shake with fear, and never knowing if I'm near. I'm sly and I'm shameless, nocturnal and nameless, except for the rip-off. Or if you like, Jack the Knife.
Hey, and welcome back to Gutter Trash.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
I'm still great.
That's good.
I'm enjoying my Cumberland Gap mountain spring water.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
It's from, the...
Cumberland Gap?
No, it's from Middlesboro, Kentucky. Which is, like, right next to where my mom grew up in Kentucky.
Does that make the water any better?
It makes it, I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably better than Kettering tap
Oh,
water.
gosh, yes. Yeah.
It's weird that when I first moved here, oh man, I did nothing but bitch about how the tap water tasted here.
Mm-hmm.
And yet now I've completely grown accustomed to it.
I can't tell the difference. And in fact, literally, this is Kettering tap water.
Oh, okay.
I keep refilling this, but
Right.
yesterday this was Cumberland Gap spring water.
Right.
Today it's Kettering tap water in the same bottle. But I can't tell the difference. I'm sure it's better for you though, somehow, right?
What?
The Cumberland Gap spring
Probably
water.
not.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
It's probably just tap water bottled.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a distinct difference between the tap water here and the tap water in, say, Beaver Creek.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like a kind of a chemical-y taste
Oh yeah. Yeah.
in Kettering.
In Kettering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I've totally gotten used to it now and kind of almost crave it.
Yeah, oh, wow. You need a little bleach in your tea and whatnot. Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, really? Never?
Yeah, I drink tea all the time. But it's usually pre-bottled or pre-made. I don't make my own tea. I just drink...
That's what your servants are for.
Exactly. But mostly I just drink the water straight from the tap. Because that's what I do. I fill up a 2-liter bottle of water and I down that fucker.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful. I heard there was a man died from drinking too much water too fast.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was like,
Oh,
it was really cold.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, it's probably one of those urban legends. It'll be in the next Billy the Kid miniseries.
All right.
They'll tie it in.
So, haven't seen each other in a couple days. Haven't had any meaningful conversations in quite a while.
We didn't do our drawing night.
We did not do drawing night. We haven't really spoken to you since the last episode.
Really? Well, maybe just briefly.
It kind of like popped into Mavericks. We
Yeah.
had like a 5-minute conversation and I'd leave or something.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird. Yeah, a weekend without hanging out.
Yeah.
That'd be like the Wonder Twins if they couldn't activate.
Right. Well, we're activated now.
We
buddy.
are activated now. If only Gleek was here.
Yeah. Too bad we had to eat him.
Yeah. Blue monkey soup, my
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah, I had to go to bed early Saturday night, so I couldn't do drawing night. I had to get up early Sunday, so I had to go to bed late or early Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. We did the Mavericks to the Gym City Comic Con.
Yeah.
Set up a table there and sold our wares.
Yeah. Did you have a good day there?
We did. We did about the same amount of money as we do at the store on a Sunday. So,
Right.
And the store was also open, so.
Right.
So yeah, it was good. It was it wasn't as busy as last year. Like we didn't do as much money and it was clearly not as many people walking around. I mean, it just never got as crowded as I remember it being last year. But it was a good show. Joe Jusko was there.
Jusko?
He pronounces it Jusko, apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know, I learned that on Sunday.
Oh.
20 years of me calling him Joe Jusko.
Alright. And I'm going to say 99% of his fans also probably call
Yeah.
him Joe Jusko.
I had never even heard the word Jusko before Sunday.
Right.
Yeah. And I've heard people talk about him a lot.
Yeah.
He was doing $200 sketches.
Of course he was.
And by 11 a.m., the show started at 10. By 11 a.m., he was already booked up for the entire day,
Right.
which is nuts.
Totally imagine it.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's a guy that can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
It's weird because I want to say I had a conversation yesterday with our pal Matt Brassfield when about this very same subject.
Really?
Of people charging for sketches.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were talking about Gem City, because I guess he was there for a couple hours early in the day.
He helped us load in.
Yeah, and he said he did some shopping there too, and talked to like people in the artist's room and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me, because I used to do the show occasionally, and I've been to the space before, like how much like people would charge for sketches, or like how much I would charge for sketches. And I'm like, I don't know that. I don't think I ever set myself up to do sketches, and if I did, I don't think I would charge for them, because I'm nobody. Nobody gives a shit about me. And if they do, then, yeah, I'm going to give them a free sketch, because, it's nice to be loved.
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
But you get someone like Joe Jusko, or Jusko.
Yeah.
Who has been a legendary comic artist for 30, 40 years.
Oh, yeah. I'd say 50, 60.
Yeah, right. I'm going to ignore your retarded joke. And that's a guy that can go ahead and charge $200 for a sketch, and people will pay it, obviously.
And I'm sure his sketch isn't just like a sketch. I mean, it's probably like pretty
super
detailed.
detailed, yeah.
Inked and
tones, and
yeah,
maybe even marker rendering, yeah. But then, like, last September, I went to a show up in Springfield, like just a tiny, tiny show, and there were two artists there. Tim Seeley, the guy who writes Hack Slash, and then the guy who draws Hack Slash. Tim Seeley was charging maybe $20 for a sketch. Me and my friend I got my sketch from him for free, and she got her sketches for $10 a piece. So he was like super flexible about it, and just really nice about it. The other guy I'd never heard of before that day.
Yeah.
Like $50 for a head sketch, $100 for a full body sketch, $200 for like more than one character.
Wow.
That's not a guy who should be charging anything.
Yeah, maybe $10, $20.
Maybe $10, $20.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand it because, I mean, they're like looking at it like, hey, this is what I get paid to do.
Right.
Why would I use my weekend to do it for free?
Right.
But at the same time, like, these are the people that allow you to do this for a living.
Right.
Yeah. This isn't the people who sign your paycheck literally.
Right.
But if they weren't there, there would be no paycheck for you.
Right. Yeah. And, I mean, like I totally understand the, mentality of, why do I want to do this for free on my day off, And obviously, I'm like I've heard Scotty Young say on like podcasts and everything that, if it's up to him, he's at a convention, he's not going to do any sketches because he doesn't want to.
Right.
But he does do them, and he charges, I think like $20 for a head sketch or something like that. At least maybe that 1 year that we went, he probably charges a lot more now.
Yeah, he's blowing up.
Yeah. But but he's also someone who I can see kind of deserving, that kind of money for that. Maybe not $200.
Yeah.
Like $50 maybe, like unless he's an upper and comer type name.
He's a quality artist.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, totally. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't pay $50 for a sketch from Scotty Young.
Right.
Oh
yeah, I totally wouldn't either.
But I wouldn't call it ridiculous, though.
Oh no, yeah. Well, also, I guess if I had disposable income, like just unlimited amounts of disposable income.
Oh yeah.
Then sure, I have no problem.
Oh yeah. If everything was free in this world, then yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. But I mean, yeah. What wouldn't you spend money on?
Right. And
I would buy the thicker toilet paper if I had that kind of money too.
Yeah. But like you and I kind of got into it a little bit at Space because you have your artist trading cards that you sell.
Yeah. Well, that I try to sell.
That you try to sell. And you know me. I love you. Yeah.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't you?
You're one of my best friends, and I'm one of your biggest fans.
Yeah.
I always enjoy seeing your work and seeing you draw and what you produce. I am not going to pay, what was it, $3?
$3 or
$3.
2 for $5 or 2 for $5. They are completely full color. They are full color.
They're colored in marker.
Yeah.
On these thick ass trading card sized pieces of cardboard.
Right.
That's a bit much.
$3? Oh,
Yeah.
I swear each one took me 30-40 minutes to do.
I'm sure they did, but
My time is valuable, sir. No,
I totally admire you for trying.
Yeah.
But I totally wouldn't pay that.
Yeah, I know they're not going to sell ever, but
Right.
I'd honestly rather give them away than sell them for like $1 or $2, because then people like I feel trapped at this guy's table, but here's something that's $1. I'll just buy it for $1 and
Take it.
Yeah.
Fucking take it.
Yeah, I'd rather just keep them around,
Right.
give them away, for stocking stuffers or whatnot. But yeah.
So Joe Jusko.
Jusko.
Joe Jusko. Doing sketches for $200 a piece.
That's a lot of money.
Did you get a chance to see anything that he was working on?
I honestly did not leave our table. I looked at the table to our left for like 2 minutes because I heard they had service issues for $1 each.
Right.
That seriously, I was behind the table I got there at 8 in the morning and I left there at 7 at night, and I was behind the table the whole time, other than the pee and run to Taco Bell.
Right. So it was like a full workday for you.
It was more than that. I got up at 6 so I could be at Mavericks at 7 to load in, to be at the show at 8, because there was an early bird thing where you could show up at 9 at the show, even though it doesn't start till 10. So yeah, I was there all day, and then on the way home, like, luckily after I had dropped everything off and we had unloaded, I was driving, I borrowed Doogie's truck so we could carry like our fixtures and things.
Right.
And I was driving Doogie's truck home to his house when I heard a scraping sound, and I was like, oh, I better pull over and see what that was, because it was coming from under the hood. And as I was pulling over, I heard a piece fall off of his truck, and so I pull over, and as I'm turning on the side street, there's clearly no power steering left. It's just like a bitch to like get it onto the side street. And so I go look in the street, and I find this, if you kind of spread your fingers out, it's about this disc about the size of your outspreaded hand.
Right.
And I have no idea what it is. and it's warm, so I know it's like right off the truck.
Right.
And I take it back to the truck, and I look under, and there's like this belt hanging down, and I was like, oh my God, what did I do? And so I called Doogie, and luckily he has his work van at home, so he drove over there, and yeah, it's like some sort of clasp that connects the like the fan for the radiator to the water pump.
Right.
It just like sheared, and like this chunk of metal just shot off of it.
Wow.
So it's like broken. Luckily, I literally broke down in front of a car repair shop. Like,
nice.
Literally, that's where like it happened. Like, I'm wondering if they don't have some sort of like, like mechanism in there that like, makes these things.
An old car.
Yeah, they push a button and it just falls apart.
Yeah.
But so he's having it fixed today, and I'm actually tomorrow's my day off, so I'm gonna get up at 7 in the morning to give him a ride there at 8 before he goes to work.
Yeah. You kind of owe him that.
I kind of owe him that.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I was like, should I pay for this? What?
Right.
Are we splitting the bill? What's going on? And he's like, no. He's like, it's a 15-year-old truck. He's like, you didn't do anything. It just fell up.
Right.
I mean, literally, I was driving down the road. I didn't hit a bump or anything.
Right.
I just popped off.
Still, that's gotta be like the worst thing, driving someone else's
Yeah,
car.
I felt really
Like
bad.
that happens.
I felt really bad. Yeah. I feel bad a lot.
You do.
Yeah.
You have a lot of guilt.
I know. I wasn't even raised Catholic. I was Baptist, yeah.
You should stop giving a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just stop giving a shit.
Like right now?
Right
Start
now.
right now?
Yeah.
I can't.
All right.
I give shit all the time. Free shit, everyone. But yeah, so that's my day tomorrow. I'm gonna get up early and I'm gonna try to do a little drawing. And I gotta go to work tomorrow night.
Right. Well, good luck to you.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Good luck to Doogie and his truck.
And of course. Yeah.
And to Joe Jesco. Good luck to Joe Jesco.
Yeah. Sure, he had a long trip back to wherever he's from.
You know, I just realized he could probably do one sketch and pay for the problem with Doogie's truck.
Oh, yeah.
And he seems like a nice guy. If he knew about this,
maybe.
He would probably do that.
Reach out to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've talked to him on the internet before.
Yeah.
He seems nice.
Yeah. How did that come about?
Actually, I submitted a cover to the Covered blog.
Yeah.
And he commented on it.
Huh?
And I think I commented back, and then I don't know, I can't remember, but he said something nice about it, which I thought was awesome. It was a Marvel 2-in-1 issue with the Thing and the Hulk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I've loved it. Like when I started working at Mavericks, is like right around the time his Marvel Masterpieces set came out. I fucking loved those. I bought like a box of them and made the set. I loved them.
They're great.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's good
awesome.
stuff. Good stuff.
He's been like having stuff published on Covered. I guess they're
he did a
part
Silver
of,
Surfer one. And
yeah. I guess they're all part of like this thing that fell through, like where he was going to put out like a book of like covered Marvel covers.
Oh wow, really?
But like the deal fell through, so now he did like 20 of them. So he's just
wow.
like putting them out through.
That's
Covered.
super cool.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yes, he are. Yes, he are.
Here's to you, Jesco.
Here is to you.
Mr. Jusco and Hoots.
Yes.
That's for you guys. Even if we can't pronounce your names.
No.
But yeah, so while I was doing that, you didn't make it to the convention.
No.
Did you have a good weekend at all?
An alright weekend.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything.
It's smart work.
I did some artwork.
Yeah. That's something.
It's not really anything.
You sell yourself short.
It's really not anything. No, yeah, I didn't do my usual Friday thing. I got up at 7:30 on Saturday to go get new tires for my car, which I don't like getting up that early on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's not good for anyone. I watched a couple movies.
Yeah? Anything good?
No.
No?
No.
Nothing? Oh, really? I remember you were talking about going to see a couple of things.
Yeah, I did not. Did not
Okay.
do that. Well, last Wednesday, my friend and I, who we normally hang out on a Friday, we had to reschedule that to last Wednesday, so we did that, and we went to see Sucker Punch.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah?
That's a movie.
Not so great?
It's not so bad. It's not so great.
Okay. Yours, I would say, is the review that I've heard that falls in the middle, and I've heard two other ones, one really highly praising it, and one that hated it.
Right.
That's the only three I've heard.
On the internets, all I have seen is absolute bile spewed at this thing.
Really?
People hate that movie, and I can't tell why.
Yeah.
Nobody's actually giving any reasons why they hate the movie. They just say it's the worst piece of shit they've ever seen.
You know, a lot of times when people give no reasons, it seems like it's because they don't get it.
Right.
Yeah, and they're like frustrated by that somehow.
It's not a movie that you can get.
Really? Okay.
It's pretty dumb.
Yeah. Straightforward, you mean? Or
No, it's just dumb.
just dumb? Okay.
Yeah. I know that you've come over to my house here, and I've been playing video games, and you'll sit there and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine doing that for 2.5 hours. And that's Sucker Punch.
Okay.
You're watching a video game.
I can get behind that sometimes. Sometimes that's kind of relaxing.
Yeah, but if you're a video game person,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, you've seen me do it for maybe 10, 20 minutes.
Right.
And like, if it's gone on longer than that, you're usually doing something else. You're drawing.
Right.
You know, you're keeping yourself otherwise occupied. But if you were sitting in a darkened theater watching someone play a video game for 2 hours, I think you'd probably get frustrated with it.
I mean, if it was like a Qbert World Championship, maybe, and they're getting the scores really high.
Right.
But yeah, I can see that.
The movie is very repetitive. Because every scene in the movie is like a level of the video game. And you have your mission, and then you have to fight things, and then there's the final boss, and then they win. And then we go to the next scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's odd. Something different.
Yeah. The music in it is super obnoxious. Because it's all like shitty covers of shitty songs done in a really shitty techno kind of way, and it's really loud and just headache-inducing.
That doesn't sound good.
Everything is very orange and sepia and blurry. The action is shot either in super slow-mo or super jittery cam.
I heard about that.
Yeah. It's kind of just long and kind of dull. That said, it's certainly not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's not even the worst Zack Snyder movie I've ever seen.
Right.
That would be 300. I'm also gonna say that I think my opinion plays into this somewhat. That I think this is the first movie he's done that's not an adaptation or remake of something.
Maybe he played a video game once, and like he wrote down every level, and he played it.
Well, I think it's like it's his first original idea, and I say that loosely because
With air quotes and all.
All the fantasy elements of this are clearly from everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everything that he has ever watched is like, funneled into this movie.
Does it have the feeling of like he's ripping off a lot of things, or he's like?
I think he's just wanting to pay homage to those things, and that's fine. Like Quentin Tarantino does that with every single movie he's ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually trying to say something positive here.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think there's actually positive elements to this. I think that his basic idea for this is great. And I think his concept for this is fantastic. His execution is off. And I think that this being his first original movie, something that is not directly adapted from something else,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a spectacular failure. And I would rather see a failure on this level than anything Michael Bay will ever do.
Mm-hmm.
So
you don't mean like a spectacular failure as in he failed so spectacular. You mean like it's spectacular but a failure?
Yes.
Like that sort of thing? Okay.
Yes.
I gotcha.
I would rather see, because the movie is ballsy. The movie is risky.
Right.
It's mainstream enough, but not mainstream.
Okay.
And I would definitely rather pay money to see him try and fail than Michael Bay not try and succeed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it seems, it seems like something different, at least.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, you can see all the influences that he's wearing on his sleeve through it, but, it's stylish enough, and it's gorgeous to look at, and in the end, it's pretty much just, hot chicks and swords.
Right.
And
You gotta love that.
Yeah, there's not too many ways you can fuck that up. But it's kind of boring and repetitive, and it's a failure, but it's a good failure.
Yeah.
It's a lot like Southland Tales.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
It's a hot mess.
Yeah. Yeah. That movie was such a hot mess. But I would watch it again.
Oh, yeah. I may catch this on DVD. Unless, of course, the rumors I read are true, and there are 20 extra minutes that he's adding back in. Because that is the last thing that Sucker Punch needs.
He needs to Just lose a level or two.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How long was it?
I think it was actually like 2 hours, but it could be trimmed by at least another half hour.
It sounds like the kind of movie that should be an hour and a half, just
Yeah.
like action and fun.
But it wasn't. It's
Yeah.
not an action movie, and it's not a fun movie. It's not fun at all.
They show you all the action in the trailer.
No. Oh, yeah, sort of. But
Wow.
the movie isn't about the action.
Okay.
Because the movie is actually a psychological drama.
Wow. So they sort of like represent it, and
No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Because
I mean, there's some of that in the trailer, but most of the trailer's just like, oh my god, look at all that craziness.
yeah, it's certainly not entirely action packed, but it's definitely not about the action. Like that's just secondary to the plot of it.
Okay.
Like if you took all that stuff out of the movie, like all the fantasy elements and everything, then like you would still have like the same movie.
Okay. Yeah. I could see that. I might eventually watch it.
It's worth a rental.
Yeah.
It's totally worth a rental. I wouldn't. Yeah, don't pay to see it on the big screen.
I don't think I will.
Yeah, well, no, you won't, because you're a little pussy boy now.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I can't think of a movie that I want to see in the theater that I've heard about.
Thor, Captain America.
I'll rent them.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Really? All right. I also watched a couple of other movies here at the homestead.
At your crib?
At my crib, since I had nothing else to do this weekend. I watched a movie called Tin Men with Danny DeVito and Richard Dreyfuss.
Oh, that's an oldie.
And it is.
Yeah.
And it is. Not very good.
I think I've seen that when I was like 12.
Yeah. I can't imagine watching that when I was 12. I was bored to tears and I'm 32.
Yeah. Well, I think my brother had a copy of it, and he's 5 years older than me.
Right.
And, I don't remember it at all because I don't think I enjoyed it either.
Yeah.
But I was like, Danny DeVito, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Ruthless people.
And then the other movie I watched was Who Could Kill a Child?
A child?
Child.
Wow, that sounds dark.
It's kind of a horror movie about a couple that takes a vacation to an island off the coast of Spain, and they discover that all the adults have been murdered by the children of the village.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they are the next targets. Also, not very good.
Really? Oh, that's too bad.
It's a 2-hour long movie. It takes about an hour and 20 minutes for them to actually build up to that part. And also it's like from 1976, and it's also poorly dubbed.
Ooh, okay.
So
yeah.
it's got a lot of things going against it.
Yeah. Actually.
Then I downloaded a movie, I have not watched it yet, called Hobo with a Shotgun. I will probably talk about that in the next episode, because I'm not picking that.
Oh.
I know. See, I rented it from the PlayStation Network.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, once you rent it, and it costs like $11 to rent.
Oh, wow.
But it's pre-release, like it comes out like in theaters in May, but it's available now on video on demand. You can download it, and I can have it on my system for 30 days, but when I start watching it, I only have 24 hours to watch it after that,
okay.
and then it gets deleted off of my system.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So I'm going to save that for when my friend comes over on Friday. 'Cause
Gotcha. Yeah.
I'm 90% sure that she really wants to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, unless you want to come hang out on Friday, but that's your Mexican night.
That's my Mexican margarita night.
Yeah,
Mostly margaritas, a little bit of Mexican food.
because I'm pretty sure that Kathleen probably wants to see it too.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna save that for Amanda.
I totally understand that.
I will definitely.
Let me know how it is.
I will definitely let you know how that is. Rutger Hauer, Hobo with a Shotgun.
How can that not
Come
be good?
on, people.
Yeah, come on. It's gotta be good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
It could be awful.
Oh yeah.
But it sounds like it would be fun.
I hope so. Yeah.
As long as it's fun.
Yeah. But the movie that I'm gonna pick could be awful, and it could be fun. I'm going to pick The Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans.
Oh no, is that the
Nicolas Cage,
Is that the
Werner
Nicolas Cage?
Herzog.
I'll totally watch that.
Fuck yeah, you will.
I saw the original and I liked it.
I've never seen the original.
Okay.
I've just heard about what a spectacular clusterfuck this movie is, and I've been dying to see it.
Really? Okay. Yeah, why not?
All right.
They can't, Nicolas Cage for me has changed a lot over the years.
Right.
Like I fucking love early 80s Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
And not so much lately.
Yeah.
But
when you go out and buy 17 castles,
it makes you look crazy.
You go a little crazy, and then the IRS catches up with you, and then you gotta say yes to every script that comes to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and clearly though he's capable of awesome, his role in Kick-Ass, he was amazing.
Great.
So yeah, I think he's still capable of some awesome stuff.
And I think even in those shitty movies, he's still pretty awesome in them.
I liked him in Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I hated Ghost Rider, but he was enjoyable enough.
Mm-hmm.
I would look forward to the sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But Gone 60 Seconds. It was fun.
Yeah. I never saw that one.
It's a fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
Bullet Tooth Tony.
Oh,
Nicolas Cage driving fast.
I don't like cars.
Giovanni Ribisi.
No.
Whatever. But yeah, he was awesome in Kick-Ass. I think he's got a sort of psychotic energy that he can bring.
Oh yeah,
the role
totally.
that,
Vampire's Kiss. Come on.
Yeah, that makes it worthwhile. Makes it worth watching. Let's hope that Bad Lieutenant Port of Call, New Orleans is one of those.
I'm down.
Sweet. Yeah.
Cool. So next Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't think I have anything to do.
Cool.
I should probably maybe find out for sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm open.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I'm open.
Bad Lieutenant.
Bad Lieutenant. Yeah.
I watched the movie last night. I don't know if I can put this in here. I enjoyed it a lot more. Well, there's probably a reason I enjoyed it a lot more. I got this pretty nice stout from every year after Jim City Comic Con, after a 12-hour day of dealing with that, I always go home and have a nice beer. It's kind of my tradition. And I got an Eel River Raven's Eye stout. It's like this kind of warm beer that you're supposed to drink it warm.
That sounds gross as shit.
It was really good. It's really good.
Whatever.
But got a little tipsy. But I watched You've Got Mail with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks in it, and Dabney Coleman, by the way, and Greg Kinnear. But except for the very end of the movie, I really liked it. Way more than I expected to. The ending was, the complete, utterly Hollywood cheese that you would expect. Right. But if it would have ended a little more darkly,
right.
I thought it was really fun. It was a good movie. Right. But it might have been the Eel River, Raven's Eye style.
Could have been.
But hopefully Bad Lieutenant's better than You've Got Mail.
Yeah, I hope so. Or at least I hope that it's, if it's terrible, I hope that it's a good kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Just oh my god, I can't believe this happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it totally could be.
Yeah. And then, to wrap things up, I don't know how much I'm actually allowed to talk about this, but, I think the cat is generally out of the bag on this.
Mm-hmm.
But, our friend Matt Brassfield directs a television program that airs here locally on cable access. I think the Miami Valley Cable Channel is where it airs. And I think it also airs on the internets at themonsterchannel.com. But I have a very small recurring role in that television show, and I recorded my first big scene yesterday.
Yeah.
I've appeared in one episode prior to this for roughly about 20 seconds.
Right.
Which I said 4 lines, and that was that. this time I actually got to try to display some comedic chops. And,
Nice.
Had like a little speech that I had to improvise, and just had a little fun.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah.
When's it on there?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
This is for season 2, which they are currently shooting, but at this point, no air date.
And what's the show called?
It is called The Terrifying Tales of the Macabre with Baron Von Porkchop.
Nice. And it's at Monster. I've never heard about the
MonsterChannel.com.
Monster Channel. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
the Miami Valley Cable Channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
MVCC. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I play JD the Meat Man.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're like a kind of a butcher.
I'm kind of a butcher. Originally, like when I thought of him, because we had to come up with our own characters and everything, I sort of thought of him as Leatherface, but without the psychosis.
Okay.
Just like a butcher type, but
Like Sam the Butcher from the Brady Bunch.
kind of, but like a little more darker than that.
Oh, darker than that.
Oh yeah. But he's actually just kind of turned into sort of a Goodfellas type mook.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be good.
Yeah, it's fun.
That could be good.
It's fun. I got to mispronounce words, which I would normally do anyway. I have an excuse.
Yeah. It's all about the character.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. Sadly, we had to drive all the way out to fucking Yellow Springs for it. Wait around for like an hour for Matt to show up. So it was just me and the Baron hanging out in front of the public radio station in the parking lot,
Right.
loitering. And,
You didn't see Dave Chappelle walking around, did you?
no.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Because I kind of have a Dave Chappelle story.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But I'll wrap this up real quick. So we drove all the way out to the 30-minute drive out to Yellow Springs for basically 10 minutes worth of shooting. Yeah.
30 minutes each way.
Yeah. But yeah, go ahead with your Dave Chappelle story.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, that is the other thing I forgot about. You've Got Mail. Dave Chappelle was in that movie.
Oh.
And it was so bizarre to see. There's a scene that's just Dave Chappelle and Tom Hanks like walking and talking together.
Right.
And Dave Chappelle plays this like executive, and it was the weirdest casting I have ever seen. It was just like, first of all, him as like this executive, it's just like, it's downplaying his talents because he was like not funny. He was like very straight laced. He was like the straight man. Like Tom Hanks was funny in the scene, and it was just so weird to see those two together. It was like, it'd be like watching Sting and like the bass player from Manowar, like, jam together. It was just like, it was almost like
I don't think
off-putting.
they jam together because Sting himself is a bass player.
Well, they could noodle it up together. 8 strings of low-end action. But it was just like, I don't know, I was like, it was like funny at first, that just to see him there, and then it was just weird, and then it was awkward, and I was like, this is the weirdest pairing of...
That is kind of odd.
Yeah, it was really strange.
Huh.
And Dave Chappelle, it seemed like, he just wasn't doing anything that he's great at doing.
Right.
He was just, it's like, using your iPhone to hammer in a nail, it's just like, it was so weird. How's my Dave Chappelle story? So I guess we're done. Or did you have another Dave Chappelle story?
I didn't have another one. I had a Dave Chappelle story.
Well, it's another in addition to the one I just had.
My boss was he lives in Cincinnati because that's where we work.
Mm-hmm.
But he was up here in Dayton, I think 2 Saturdays ago. They went to the Green, the giant outdoor mall near my house here. They went to the Mongolian barbecue grill there.
Some fine dining.
Yeah, they were walking around to the different shops around the area. Pardon me. I guess it was him, his wife, one of his daughters, and like someone else. Like all just kind of walking around the sidewalk here. And he said he was walking down the sidewalk and he sees a guy wearing a hoodie that is, like, pulled completely tight around his face. And, like, the guy's looking down. And, like, my boss saw it and was like, why does that guy have his hoodie just, like, so tight around his face? And then as he got closer, he saw the guy's face. And then, like as they passed, my boss was like, hey, Dave! And, like, the guy stopped and turned around and looked at him. He was like, what's up? And then kept walking. Dave Chappelle.
Nice. Yeah. I've heard he shops at the Green.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I know a guy that works at the Books and Company there, and he said he was just shopping at Books and Company the day that George Bush's daughter was going to be there.
Uh-huh.
And he said that he was like, what? She's going to be here? And he just, like, he bought one of the books and, like, got in line just so he could, like, say something weird to her.
Right.
And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives, like, half an hour from...
Right. He lives in the Yellow Springs. Hippieville.
Yeah.
Hippieville, USA. Fuck that place.
Do you think there's a lot of weed around there, probably?
I imagine.
I'd imagine so.
I would imagine.
With him and the hippies, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a bit.
I wouldn't go there if I didn't have to.
I love going there.
Brassfield needs to find a set closer to Kettering.
Other than the Witch's Tower.
Other than the Witch's Tower. He needs to find a stage set so that he can shoot his show. So that the Baron and I don't have to drive 40 minutes out of our way to film for 5 minutes.
They have some extra rooms in the back of GameSwap. They should totally do one up.
I told him he should do that.
Yeah.
But he keeps saying something about the owner. Whatever.
He's the manager. He can do whatever he wants.
Seriously. Alright. I gotta pee.
I've never heard a better reason to end the show.
Alright then. So next week, Bad Lieutenant, Protocol New Orleans.
Alright.
Fuck yeah.
Nick Cage. Caging it up. You know, he's named after a comic book character.
I know that.
Nova.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.
You can subscribe to Gutter Trash at iTunes or directly at guttertrash.net. If you go to iTunes, please leave us a review. You can email us at eric@guttertrash.net or jason@guttertrash.net. For more info, you can find us on Facebook. Or you can go to seanborn.net or buyerbeware.guttertrash.net. Listen to our sister podcast, League Night, at league.guttertrash.net. Thank you for listening. Until next time.